do not give a shit at this point. Because, yeah, we're testing. Right now, we're just testing. Because there's a good reason why we got to do this today. And we're going to do this today because I haven't been streaming in a few days. I haven't been streaming in several days. Actually, I dealt with a spike of a glucose, which was, fixed it today. So we're going to do a good deed today. We're going to make people think today. Cause I don't usually do it. I will change bit rates here and there. Because, yeah, it is known to be a jacked ass slow, so it's going to be falling out. But, hey, we're not going to show Disney and Marvel Star Wars Destroyed, because everybody sees it, but the problem matter is none of them give a shit. Just like they don't give a shit when people are mad, I'm not going to watch the World Cup in Qatar. Guess what? They'll watch it anyway. Just as because I'm not watching Formula 1 anymore, because they're banning bicycles on a racetrack. After the race, guess what? They'll be watching anyway. But I will tell you the truth on this one. Clownfish, shout out to you, Neon and Geeky Sparkles. Well, you deserve your shine today. You deserve your shine. You should have it as such. So let's do it.
Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon, not here with Geeky Sparkles again. She's sitting.
And here's the thing: I'm gonna add some stuff that Neon will not tell you, and I can add some more. I'm gonna add something through there. There's stuff that I'm gonna tell you that I'm going to predict. That is everybody saying, "Oh, it's just for these." We're gonna tack it a little bit on a good little scenario. And it may not be a scenario. It may happen. Let's check it out.
Today's video should be back later tonight, hopefully tomorrow. So stuck with me. So we're going to talk about tech, because I like to talk about tech, because I work in tech, and I keep an eye on all of the craziness going on in the tech world right now. And SBB is definitely the biggest story. And there's a lot of finger pointing going on as to why this bank failed. I fully don't understand why the bank failed. Lots of people have theories. Again, everybody's pointing fingers. But this is one of the most unique theories that I've heard. That employees are blaming remote work for the banks.
And yes, they'll blame remote work. But it's not just, they're going to blame remote work. You have people going to blame people that are hiring people that shouldn't be hired because they're not good enough for their job. You have people going to say this. I'm going to tell you the truth. The money is just as fake titties. I'm going to say this again one last time. The money is as fake titties. When we had at one point of a cryptocurrency bull market a year or two ago. Maybe a year or two ago. Let's be real. When crypto.com is having a debit card to the point, you know what? Sorry, folks. You know what? No, we're going to do this. We're going to be competent today because of a good ass reason, because we ain't doing this shit today. And now we're here. Let's check. Boom. All right. It ain't gonna tank. We ain't gonna tank today because we're good today. Let's see. Let me make sure. Yeah, it's on. All right. We're gonna keep it $1.50 right now. When you're having cryptocurrency that is priced that's so high to the point where you can buy a car off the lot with a cryptocurrency debit card and walk straight out of the door. Yeah, and walk straight out the door with a brand new car. Yeah, nah. And then we can go even deeper. When everybody say, "Oh, the Trump economy is great," but none of them realize almost every store that you used to love from back in the day to now, or close to, or even before now, went out of business because there's no money left for it to show. You have 36 stores in the state in Natchitoches Parish alone went out of business even before the pandemic, and even after the pandemic was three to five more. Yes, the pandemic basically lit the match and started the show, but the problem of the matter is, it's been this way. It's been this way. You know it. I know it. It's been this way.
Failure. Yes, you know how everybody in tech was like, yeah, remote work is fine. Everybody should just work at home. And you can work like 2 hours a day in and around your chores and watching Netflix and whatever. Yeah. And in some cases, look, I'll be honest, remote work does work. I actually worked remotely for about 5 or 6 years when I worked for a tech company that did mostly government contracts. I mean, I had to earn the right to work at home because I've been there for years before that. But it does work.
And that's true. He had to earn his way to do it. The problem matter is, the reason everybody was allowed to work, to remote work, was due to a bleeping pandemic. Let's just say it. COVID-19. A bleeping pandemic. Let's keep it $1.50. The problem matter is, there's a reason for remote work. The problem matter is, it never usually happens when it comes to this. Now, okay, we'll get back to you later. Problem matter is, the reason it took place, the reason that is in that simple, the reason that it is the pandemic or of remote work for such is due, not just due to the pandemic. Problem matter is, before that, you have to literally earn that shit. Because you have to go to work on time. You have to work 9 to 5, literally all the way 9 to 5. You have to basically work not just competently, not just incompetently. I mean, you have to work like Slifer the Sky Dragon at that point. Because if you are actually a good worker and you're good and you basically not cause problems, you are being allowed to remote work. But even before that time, even before now, there are businesses that allow you to work from home. And even before that, you wouldn't even know. Before that, you can literally work from home. I can show you something, because you know what? Let me show you something. Shout out to my boy Entertaining TV. Because here's the shocking part. He has 87,000 subs even before that. This literally goes back. He done this for years. But the problem matter is, it is an issue. This is a long-standing issue with this guy. But the problem matter is, he's making money. He's making money. This is 3 months ago. We can troll all day. Right now.
Walmart Spark. You basically take orders, shop the orders, curbside.
He made it for 3 days. He worked for that shit. This is 3 months ago. He's still doing feature points.
Try free apps, complete surveys, and shop online to earn amazing rewards with feature points. Use this link and you'll get a bonus of 50 points to redeem on Google Play, Xbox, PayPal Cash, Hotspot gift cards, and more.
Because he worked from home. Not just worked from home. Literally just took enough money to do it, turned it, made 20 grand, used YouTube, and then tacked on more because he used their app referral. But I also didn't know if he did YouTube ads as well, because yeah, he might have been grandfathered in. I don't know, because before that, even before that, you literally just walk in and do whatever you want. But at that time, now you have to have 4,000 subs and 1,000 watch hours. Yeah, that's simple. It's simple to that. He pulled off this. He literally made money on apps.
Ontario production delete. Percent off, 40% off.
He did Temu. And a lot of them are doing Temu at this point. A lot of them are doing Temu because they made money because they're doing referrals and everything, making And dude was pulling off money. I mean, there are times he did sports betting when it was gangsta cool for no ass reason. But hey, in Louisiana, sports betting is legal. So yay. You have Temu, he made $500 a week. You had iPhone apps at one point. He was making up to $500 a week this month, better than Wish, Shein, and Alibaba. He's pulling out shit. He's pulling out cash. I mean, straight off the vine. And this is literally he did this one, which was $100 an hour with a smartphone app. So he literally pulls the shit. He literally pulls it. I mean, straight up run the paint. So let me wait for a minute. Let me look for his on the bio.
Entertaining TV here. I want to show you guys some real proof.
Dead Temu. Shut off proof. Easy. I think a lot of people never realize this is you know what, this is his popular videos. I mean, he literally had 87. He's having 87,000 subscribers right now. And this is feature points. This is feature points itself. At 6 years. For 6 years. 6 years ago. He made $500. He was doing $500 a day. This is the craziest. This is the craziest shit you ever seen. This is like a year after. He was making 20 grand doing feature points. And the question is simple. Oh, is he skewing the scam? And guess what? I can do this. How to earn? Yep, I'm fixing to eat lunch, but I'm doing the stream, but I don't usually 1,000 on. This is when feature points was a thing, but hey. Well, the problem is they call it a scam. I'll just give you the truth. It's right here. It's right here. We can do this.
Okay, right. Welcome to my channel. How to make money on the internet and social media. Thank you for coming to my channel. Now, folks, today we're going to be looking at a very, very interesting website called featurepoints.com. Now, in doing my research on this particular website, it looked very interesting, but what I decided to do was to have a look at other review sites. Now, in all fairness, what I'm going to do is, I came across a website, another YouTube channel, and I'm going to give that person the credit for the work that they've done, where he actually shows you how much money he's actually made and the reason that he made the money. Now, I particularly really enjoyed watching this guy's testimony because he comes over as very sincere. You know, he shares how down and out he was when he moved into a new apartment, and he had to do something to get money, and he got onto this website and he signed up and he made some money. Now, just out of interest, I too have signed up, and I'm going to show you after just showing the clip now of this other guy who has made money. Have a look at it.
And at the end, he got everybody screaming, "He got rich when he did his entertainment these skins." He really shows.
It really is actually enjoyable watching it.
We're gonna go to the.
Nope, it's the no. It's, let me find somebody else, because I did remember a lot of it. A lot of it is, you know what? I had a video, but I don't know where it is. I'm still looking for that video. But hey, I know, Natalia. I'll get to you in a minute.
On everybody, visiting me
because I'm busy.
Fantastic. And today we're going to be using
I have a
Feature
PSP.
Points. Now, Feature Points is an application where
saved
it
it
allows
just
you
for y'all.
to earn rewards
I don't usually
via
do this,
surveys,
but hey,
games,
problem matter
or
is
other
I don't have it.
tasks.
Problem matter is it needs to be charged anyway. So, and then you did this. This is a dude. Okay, this is it. I think.
Hello, in this video we're going to review Feature Points.
This.
Hey guys, what is up? This is Bob Nevin, And I wanted to show you this app called Feature Points.
This is
right there on my tablet. And so let's go ahead and points. Feature Points is a app where you can do surveys. You can download apps.
This is,
and
let me keep it $1.50. This is at the time. This is before Feature Points literally changed up, actually dropped that $1,000 over $1,000 and basically said the maximum you're going to get is $500.
And you could also watch videos and get points. You could also earn cash back and get points. And those points I have right here where my index finger is. It's my little pointy finger. That can be converted into cash. So let's kind of go through this a little bit. This is really cool. You can earn also 50% of your friends' points. Meaning when
and that's the difference. A lot of people are dumb as shit and don't listen. Entertaining TV uses a referral link. A lot of it, and a lot of people used it. Some of them earned money, some of them didn't. Problem matter is the reason he made $1,000 over and over again was also covering his apps, covering the app links everywhere. But also, he did the work too. So it's not just you have to do the work. He has to do the work too, which is to download apps. And not just download apps and then use it for 2 bleeping minutes and then just run it. And it made money. And he was making money, $1,000 over and over again.
An Android system. So like a Samsung tablet will work.
And a lot of it.
Let me get out all this stuff here.
And that's what got him making money.
Hopefully this stuff will come up right. So since I'm not on a pure Android system, it's actually.
And at the end, he was showing. And at the end, he showed up. There, you know what? There it is. There it is. And at the time, he was making $1,000. So you do have to post the links everywhere. You give it around, and you just promote. You promote on every video, but you also promote on every one of your social media of an EB. Same way with me when it came to Benjamin. I literally posted it everywhere, including Snapchat. I had almost 30 referrals on the wait list. So once 30 people have 30 referrals and got in, and if they use it, guess what? I earn money, so it helps. And similar to that, so he's trying to see if he can show off you want to show off that, but that's basically the thing. This was the time when the money was batshit crazy. But the problem of the matter is with YouTube, it has gone to the strictest of strict when it comes to if you want to have a monetization, you have to earn money. If you want to have the strictest of monetization, you have to literally have basically 4,000 subs and 1,000 subs and 4,000. I think 4,000 subs and 1,000 watch hours. When I'm doing this to show you is with the app I'm using, which is Turnip, I don't have to do that because there's a good reason why I'm doing this. Because it's simple. I'm doing a simple shit right here. Problem matter is I'm not going to put it in anytime soon. It's not going to be there, but let's see if it's live. Nope, it's not live yet. It's not live yet, so it'll be likely going to be when I'm done with it. So when I'm done with this stream, when it's going to be shown. So here you go. We're going to be back.
Because I've been there for years before that. But it does work out well for some employees. Some employees. Trustworthy employees. Not everybody can work from home unsupervised. And anyway, I just think it's really interesting with all these calls for people to work from home and a lot of these tech employees trying to unionize to be able to work from home. And we have Hollywood employees getting angry that they're not allowed to work from home anymore. Now we've got the employees of SVB coming out and blaming remote work for the bank's failure. Meanwhile, SVB files for bankruptcy protection.
And it's filed for bankruptcy. And let them realize the money was not there, and it was just as fake as then. And a lot of people don't even realize. A lot of people say, "Where did you get all this shit? Shit say the money was faker than fake titties." I'll tell you. If you have, I think it's Fort still. I'm not sure, but if it's Fort, and if he's still on there, is World Alternative Media. So here's the thing: World Alternative Media was on YouTube, and at the time, you have Josh Sigurdson at the time, and I've already pulled out the charger because I gotta wash my hands before I eat, because I gotta eat. But before I finish up, and my birth mother is calling me, but we're gonna not pause for the cause yet, just in case she's gonna call me twice. But here is the major thing. At the time of that is happening, a lot of people used to listen to Tim Pool, right? Anybody used to listen to Tim Pool? Okay. Nobody listens to... Okay, I know people listen to Tim Pool that is on the Facebook streamer and everybody else, but at the end, I'm doing a stream because it isn't recent. It isn't 2-3 years ago. A lot of it goes back even years. A lot of this goes back a long time ago, even before that, because it was incoming. Everybody knew it. Everybody would have seen it. If you lived in Natchez, you would have noticed. You would have seen it. This was how almost double D titty fake it was. You basically have at the time of even before the apocalypse of YouTube at the time, that hey, you have people it was making thousands and thousands of dollars of crazy ass money. You have on Wild Out, Timothy De La Ghetto made so much money on YouTube, basically paid off his parents' house. That's how crazy it was. It was insane. And at the end, even before the pandemic, it was also insane as well. And even during the pandemic, it was worse. It was even worse. But at the time, people went to the internet and made money and pulled off cash to the grass, cash on your ass. Or cash in the grass, like Dale Earnhardt Jr. or the late Dale Earnhardt. Man, may he rest in peace. That man saved brought NASCAR to the people, man. Jesus, I miss that man. Rest in peace, anyway. Rest in peace, still. But a lot of people don't realize that. Reasons to say, yeah, you're all over the place on this. Talk about what's going on. I'll tell you what's going on, hun. We're gonna pin all this stuff and we're gonna put it up full circle. Because that's what I do. My birth mother doesn't realize what I do. I always start off with the bullshit. We start off with this. Files for Chapter 11. Remote work they're blaming remote work. Okay. But before we do this, we can pause. We don't have to pause for the cause. We can run the point. We can do the run the point night like Dan Levitard. But hey, this is a point. A lot of it was also the digital media that is more, which BuzzFeed journals told to write more clickbait to save their jobs. That's what they did, and that's what they're doing because they don't have nothing else left. Because people, when you're having the gaming journalists are more and more okay. Gaming journalists are not trusted. Don't lie to me. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not lying to you. They are not trusted. If you're watching on YouTube, you have watched Review Tech USA. You have watched a lot of other. Okay, you have watched you usually watch Kinda Funny Games. Blah 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 blah. Before they got paid by YouTube or before they got paid themselves, but hey, or Jim Sterling, because at the time when he was dealing with demonetization issues, he pulled it off and said, let's just go ahead and do, and guess what he said? I'm going to use Patreon to make my money. And that's what he put it up. And he put it up and that's how he made his money. Yes, he may have gotten punted off here and there, but at the end, that's how he made his money. That's how he made his money, and everybody started to realize, hey, I need to pay bills. YouTube has gone too strict, and that's where we're going to be. But then, even before that, even after that, was Facebook asked 10,000 more employees. The crash of Silicon Valley is happening. Everybody knew the money wasn't there, and it's the same way with when Clownfish said it for 2 years that the venture capitalist money isn't real because the money isn't there. The money isn't made. The money isn't made isn't helping. You have the same people on either side of the aisle pissed off at each other on both sides, but no one realizes the money isn't there. The economy is double D titty fake. And that's the major point. It is double D titty fake titties. That's all it is. That is actually the point. That is actually what happened. So, and then the same thing, TC screaming, oh, it's all the woke Hollywood shit ain't gonna make money. And guess what? It is that. But no one realizes they have not just been woke, they have ran out of ideas for years. Guess what? Do you have a single movie currently or during the 2010s or 2000s that can top one of the best movies of all time? Forrest Gump. I will pause for the cause. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the answer, none. None of it. None of it. Unless it is Ratatouille. Not even close. None of it. That movie had an Oscar, for goodness sake. That movie, to this day, it is used for just about almost of reference of film, but also pop culture and what was happening at life. When you actually had to use Jenny as a red pill type of stuff of the character Jenny to force about him, yeah, it is culturally, it's cultural, it's cultural boost. It is a cultural run that has lasted years. You have movies that beat that? Do you have movies that can beat that can top that? No. It's that simple. It's that simple. Do you have the same character of Tom Hanks? Let me finish it up. Does Tom Hanks is remembered all his movies? What do you remember by? What do you remember Tom Hanks at this point by? Nothing. Nothing but Force. That's it. That's all. That's what gave his fame and all of it a grand finale turbo boost. That is the biggest boost he ever had in his life. And even in all Hollywood movies in the 90s and 80s, at the time, it made money because people had the money to do so. Two of my birth months of the 80s was the best decade. I can tack on to say the 90s was also the best decade too. Both of them are two of the best decades I have ever seen. 90s was by far mine because you wouldn't even, as a kid, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know how much it tacked on. You have stuff that is innovated over the years. You have gaming stuff over the years. You have like at least 1 or 2 golden ages. 90s was golden age in and of itself, but even the 2000s and 2010s was also a golden age in itself. But the problem of the matter is the money started to fake itself, and people didn't realize where it started from, and none of it realized, hey, the Silicon Bank money bank failure? Yeah, Silicon money bank failure started even before that because of the gold standard being dropped by Nixon. And then when it's dropped, fiat money was made. Let me see what else. Shit. I forgot the percentage of the economy, But yeah, we can keep going from the line. But that's the thing. But we can really pin back also to World Alternative Media, he was also an economist that he was there at the time. It was a bald-headed guy. I forgot what his name is, because guess what? A lot of the videos from him and everybody else, because of what happened on YouTube on our purge by Susan Wojcicki, which is now former CEO, was literally just said, hey, since you're doing misinformation, we have to fire you. We have to kick off, or not fire you. We have to ban people that are there, that I was talking about it. But at the end, it was true. I have a quote, but I have a quote in mind. I remember it straight up, but it dug out of my memory. Thanks. And so I'm going to blurt it out. He said there were banks at the time that all they had in cash was less than $500. One of them was $250. But the money they said they had was hundreds of thousands to not tens to hundreds to tens of thousands. No, from tens of thousands to millions of dollars. But at the end, it's digital. It's all digital bucks. It's all ones and zeros. So the problem with the matter is, a lot of it was everybody saying, "Oh, it's because of this." It's not just the woke stuff. It's not just because oh, it's too much. It's printing money, printing all that. A lot of it goes back years. A lot of it goes back even during the presidency of Trump, and even the presidency of Obama, and even the presidency before that, even with Bush, and also with Clinton. A lot of it goes all the way back to that. It's all you got to do is get in a rabbit hole and go deep. That's all you can do. That's all you got to do. But the problem matter is, YouTube won't do anything to cover shit up. But the problem matter is, I remember this shit. So guess what? We can keep going. I will do a few minutes.
It's gonna get worse, guys. I don't know what to tell you. It's really bad. Like there's gonna be this massive domino effect. And
guess what, Neon? You're right. It is a massive domino effect, and guess what? It's not going to be just the banks. It's not going to be just tech or digital media. It's going to go just about everything. It is going to be the point where lessons going to have to be paid for. Lessons going to be learned. And the problem matter is, a lot of it will have to be blamed by the presidents of that time, which was Obama, which was Trump, or even Biden. But we can go even deeper than that. A lot of it goes back years from that. We can go blame it on Bush, from Bush and Clinton, and let me keep going. Let me say Daddy Bush, and also Reagan, and also all down the line, because that was the epicenter of that failure. That is the epicenter of somebody lighting the match and pouring gasoline. Yeah, but at the time, a lot of people, even during the internet, or even during the time the internet was basically as close to relevant as you can get. I was in Marthaville Junior High, and we were taught to basically learn how to make a web page. And that's what, and for a lot of people who are in that class with me, and also myself, I didn't do half of it. I did as much as I can, and I figured it out as I went along. And at the end, I didn't finish, but at the end, I noticed, and I learned, and I saw how it worked, and I noticed it. But I'm gonna tell you the truth, Neon. You have WordPress now. You have Wix. You have now a lot of people are promoting Squarespace with a nominal or a fee, or a nominal fee, or even close to a price. But that's the thing. Before social media, you have to build a web page. If you got a video, Look at, if you have a video, if you're good at a video, yeah, you gotta post a video on a webpage. If people like your shit, they'll watch it. If they don't, if you don't, dump it or improve or do better. Same way with YouTube. Before that, it wasn't about money. If you got a good video and people like it, they'll like you. They want you to do more. And if they don't, they don't. And either improve or dump it. Now, with YouTube, it is so crowded as bleep that you don't have a voice. You don't have a voice to be you. It is not showcase yourself or broadcast yourself anymore. It is so overcrowded because none of it mattered. Even if you punted off everybody, none of it mattered.
You remember back to 2008. Those of you who are old enough who were paying attention back then. 2008. The crash didn't all come at once. It wasn't just.
And yes, it didn't come out all at once. A lot of it went back even before 2008. 2008 was round one of the Formula One World Championship.
Lehman Brothers in the fall or whatever. It actually was happening in real time, slowly in the spring. It started in the spring because I remember we were trying to buy a house in 2008. And the banks all of a sudden, we had approval, and then we didn't have approval. And then like our contacts at certain banks, I think Wells Fargo was one of them, they just would disappear. They got laid off. And then really it became obvious that we were in deep doo-doo in the fall of 2008, going into 2009, and 2009 when a lot of retail stores went out. I think the same.
Not just 2009, even not just 2009 in Negative, not just 2009 when it comes in at the time, even 2010s before the pandemic, 36 stores went out of business, like a rat. 36 stores. The stores that you used to love, the stores that you knew, that you wished that were still here, that you missed them. Guess what? Gone, out of business. TC's Yogurt, gone, out of business. Let's see what else. Let's see if I remember what else. Shit. Oh, yeah. Route 21, gone. My favorite clothing store, gone, out of business. Not just out of business. There's only a few stores left. There's only a few in-store stores left on Route 21. Or you have to go online to get that now. So, yeah. We can keep going. Schultz went out of business. Mason Salters, during the pandemic, didn't have money wasn't made, went out of business. Ain't made no shit. There are times Shipley's Donuts are now in and out. They're either in business or not. Depends on the date. Depends on the time.
Thing is happening here. Everybody's trying to say, oh, this is fine. This is fine. This is
I'm sorry. I'm not playing. I'm not playing when it comes to this shit. You have a lot of stores that used to be there went out of business. We have Lee's Furniture Store that is Texas Street on the same spot for years. Gone and moved to the old Family Dollar store, which is now moved from there to here, even way before the pandemic.
But it'll be fine. It's okay. It's just a bump in the road. And I think we're going to see that the rot is much more substantial than we believe. And there are so many things contingent on trusting these banks. And that's what's going on here.
And a lot of it is not just trusting these banks. A lot of it is also trusting tech companies. A lot of it goes trusting digital, and not just go for digital media. A lot of it goes all the way back. Goes from even corporate mainstream media trusting governors were making millions of dollars off literally for bleep all nothing. I mean, pull off the lazy boy couch, say, hey, the taxpayers got paid by us, the American people, you and me, in Louisiana, all over the state, all over the South, all over the United States. We gave them money for income. And guess what? Tack on more for insider trading. The same crime Martha Stewart got in jail for. So, hey, beautiful. Yeah. A lot of it's gone back years. A lot of it goes back years. The same issues in Louisiana. A lot of it goes back years. I mean, even with social media, the same people are mad. Say, hey, we need to protect children on social media. Guess what? You were mad at the same thing of violent video games. Stop trying. You know you don't support the First Amendment.
There's a violation of trust. You think you put your money in a bank.
You know you're in it to protect your children, but at the end, you basically let the government do the work for you. Just as much as you beg the government to say, hey, protect my children from TikTok or protect my children from YouTube. Yeah, guess what? You basically gave the government up to and for you to do nothing. So, yeah, you're responsible too.
It's going to be there when you need to get access to it. And that's not actually the case now. Up to $250,000, which is like nothing in Silicon Valley, right?
Up to $250,000? Yep, yeah. And it's going to be for the rest of us. Now, at the end, hey, now we're going to bail out from $250,000 to literal infinity because we can give you the money, and at the end, hey, we'll just take all your money. We'll just take all the money for tax laws, save every bank that it is. But the problem matter is the regional and small banks are gonna get over, and that's why I'm waiting for a sign that city banks don't go out of business, gonna go bust. Because hey, or Exchange Bank or Bank of Montgomery to go bust at this point. I mean, who cares at this point? Everybody's gonna be, oh, this is who you vote for. No, I didn't vote for any of these bums at this point. I was like, who cares? Both parties made millions of dollars for it too. All you gotta do is go on Instagram, and it was the guy that was watching the politicians and what they did how much stocks they got. He knew, even politicians knew that they were going to crash, and literally cashed the bleep out. That's all they knew it was going to go out of business. It was going to drop like a rock, and it's going to tank, and it's going to pop like a bubble, and it's going to burst. So guess what? They cashed even months before that. So yeah, here I got the money in your money from my pocket to his, and at the end, hey, he knows it's gonna crash. So guess what? Walked off with the money. I'm not doing this because I'm pissed off. I'm not doing this for complaints sake. All of this is public record at this point. All you gotta do is go to Instagram if you have the balls to. All you gotta do is go to YouTube if you have the balls to. All you gotta do is go all over the internet, or instead of using Google, just use DuckDuckGo or whatever at this point. Come on. It's all there. Just search and do the work. Because guess what? You're going to ask me to do it, and I tell you, all you got to do is search. It's there. It is public record.
So we've got the Treasury Secretary Yellen saying not all uninsured deposits will be protected in future bank failures. So a lot of people, I think, are probably going to start pulling their money out. And then we've got some going on in Switzerland now. People are doing the bank run in Switzerland. I don't know. Multiple banks are failing. I think we're going to see more and more people panic, more and more people pull their money out, and more and more companies being afraid to spend because they don't know where things are at right now. So let's talk about this before you. So this is coming from Yahoo Finance. Let's talk about this first. SVB Financial files for bankruptcy protection. Parent company Silicon Valley Bank filed for Chapter 11 a week after regulators seized its struggling lender. SVB Financial, the parent of failed Silicon Valley Bank, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. 1 week
and a lot of it, and even let me look for this. Let me make sure I got everything on the line. But that's the thing. The bubble is burst.
I am telling you. Is from asset sales during bankruptcy. Sometimes typically are used to pay creditors, such as bondholders. The Wall Street Journal reported this week that hedge funds and other money managers have been buying SVB financial bonds. Shit. It's not unusual for the holding company to fail bank to file for bankruptcy. In fact, that's what happened in 2008. Okay, so they're bringing that up. Guys, I'm telling you. I am telling you. The ripple effects of this are going to be catastrophic. This is good.
Yep. And Neon's going to tell you this point. And I can add this. It's going to start with the banks. It's going to start with digital, with tech, and also digital media. I'm not just talking big tech. I'm not just talking big tech by itself. I'm talking big tech in general. I'm talking digital media. Money that was being made to literally cause people to fight each other in the streets. Like the 24 hours, like like the WWE sometimes, and not just WWE. I'm not saying scripted WWE. I'm talking real wrestling. I'm talking violent New Japan Pro Wrestling, strong style wrestling. Okay, like there is no script. We can do whatever the bleep we want. So hey, that is the point. That is the point that is made. It's gonna go all the way to the top, tippity top of the sky, from the banks all the way to the government, all the way to the sky. And at the end, I think everybody's betting on young people to vote for whether it's Gen Z to vote for the Republican or Democrat. I'm gonna give a biggest hot take, the most fire hot take you'll ever see from me. Gen Z's gonna say bleep you and bleep off. They're gonna do the same. They're almost gonna do similar to what happened with Vietnam. They're just not gonna vote. They're gonna say fuck you. Or either they're not gonna vote for either party, or they're gonna vote for the Libertarian Party. But the biggest issue is with the Libertarian Party, they know they're gonna fuck up. They know that there's an issue that is on the party that has gone back for a while when the Mises Caucus took over and all that. A lot of it needs to be fucking sorted at this point. And we have to give the biggest reason to vote for them, and not just to have young people who are saying I support the Democrat Party because who cares? I hate the Republicans or I hate everybody else. No, the problem of the matter is both parties are doing nothing. They know they got all the money, and I don't care if you're young or old, you don't. You ain't got the money. As George Carlin said, I'm gonna keep it $1.50. As George Carlin said, oh man, I'm almost forgetting for this, but I'm just going to get to it. Let me look. I forget. George Carlin, politicians. I don't remember. Let me get it up. Nope, George Carlin. Big Club. Big Club, you're not in it. We can run this. 4 minutes, baby.
Not too bright, folks. Not too fucking bright. But if you talk to one of them about this, if you isolate one of them, you sit them down rationally, and you talk to them about the low IQs and the dumb behavior and the bad decisions, right away they start talking about education. That's the big answer to everything. Education. They say we need more money for education. We need more books, more teachers, more classrooms, more schools. We need more testing for the kids. The Bible and children. No child left behind.
But yeah, I couldn't get there. I'm just pissed. I gotta eat. But he said this. Of all the politicians and all that, it is a big club and you ain't in it. And it doesn't matter if it's young and old. It's a big club and you're not in it. And that's why. That is why we are here. It is the biggest club it is the biggest club in the world. You're never in it, you'll never be. That's the problem. You'll never be in it. As long as we are together on this earth, you and me, my birth mother, mama, and everybody else in Natchitoches, and everybody else all around the world, the biggest club is the one with the biggest of money and the biggest of riches and the biggest of meeches. That's it. That's it. That is all they have. So we have each other. Guess what they have? The smallest amount of money? Yeah, guess what? It's going to burn. It's going to burn like everything else. You ain't going to, as in the Bible said, you can't take your money with you. Can't take your riches with you. You can't take your girlfriends with you. You can't take your family with you. None of it. It's just you. You're done in this. When you're done in this life, you're done. It's not gonna matter. The money is not gonna last forever. Your life is not gonna last forever. That's the point. So we have to live through we have to live mostly through God, but also through all of us and through each other. Because at the end, people are going to wake up and realize, hey, yeah, you think Facebook's going to stay? Yeah, ain't going to last either. You think Instagram's going to stay? Nope, ain't going to last either. Snapchat's going to stay? Nope, ain't going to last either. I think when it's cryptocurrency and all that stuff. A lot of it may not. There'll be some that'll last and some will not. It's gonna be people. It's gonna be a cryptocurrency that has it's gonna be crypto that have the biggest use case in existence, and you're gonna look at it and say, yeah, that is a good use case. I'm gonna use it. I'm not gonna buy it or sell it. I'm just gonna set it up and just make it happen. And that is the point. That is the point of the matter. The biggest and the best use cases will stay. A lot of it will go. And I mean, a lot of it will go. I think with Hive and Somi and a lot of others from the Hive section, guess what? They'll be there. I promise you they'll be there. Bitcoin definitely will be there. The rest, I don't know about. I know about Ethereum and the rest and others, and I think Ethereum and others, I can tell you right now, unless they got their affairs in order, they're not going to be there. They're going to be washed out. And that is my warning. It is not going to be just, as I said, as I posted on YouTube. If I posted on Facebook, on the Facebook, on my Facebook story, it is not going to be just the banks or digital media and all that. It's going to be a domino effect that is going to last for years. And that epicenter will be this crash, folks. I'm not saying it because I'm autistic. I'm saying it because a lot of it goes back. It's not just that. You just got to go deep. You just got to dig deep. You got to dig it up. A lot of it is both parties. A lot of it is both political parties that made so much money out of for people when it's election day, and when the time comes to help you, they're dumping you like Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost. But especially Ayrton Senna did to Alain Prost at the Japanese Grand Prix Formula 1 in 1990. Won the title, snatched the title, and literally buried Alain Prost. So left by the time 91 came, Alain Prost left like a bitch and had to say, I'm just going to do a sabbatical. Did a sabbatical for a year or two. And at the end, guess what? Came back in 93, took it the fourth title, and ran with it. And at the end, basically gave him the better of Senna. And then Senna left this earth. So that's the end of that. But
the ripple effects of this are going to be catastrophic. This is going to wipe out the tech sector. It's going to wipe out a lot of media.
And I can say not just a lot of media, not just a lot of pop culture and all that you've been seeing. It's like you've been seeing, Neon. A lot of it will even go up towards the mainstream media. Because guess what? It's not gonna be just the boomer or Gen Z generation. We're gonna see them leave this earth a lot. We're gonna see them leave this earth a lot, to the point where I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to be just likely Gen Z, millennials, and the next generations after us. That's it. That's it. That's why I said if you have content that is for the young people, you will. And if you're a sports fan, guess what? You're not gonna get kids to watch baseball, football, or basketball that you know. I'm sorry. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Streaming. I'm coming. Going to eat.
I'm just going to show you something.
Hold on.
This pie yours.
This one?
Yeah, the one with the toothpick in it is sugar.
Oh, one's toothpick is the sugar one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And okay, this is the one with the that's the one with the sugar. This is the one with the sweetener.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do? Cut it up?
Cause Mama want a piece.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. And yes, I paused for the cause because my brother Doria was showing me of the pie and which one was mine. So we just make sure we share. And then Mama wants a piece, so hey, we got a swag piece. But hey, Keep going.
This coupled with everything going on with Biden wanting to ban TikTok and Elon Musk buying Twitter and all this shit. This is pretty much it. You are witnessing the beginning of the end of the social media era, I think.
And at the end, you think, yeah. And guess what? The end of YouTube as a whole. It's over. FTX. When that was going on, guess where it started from? Guess how they had like, and that's why that's why I showed you on Entertaining TV. Plop a referral page you won't even have to tell. And he was making, either with ads or without, $10,000 to $20,000 or more at that point. That is.
Oh, I didn't think it was that big. I'm sorry.
What is Mama needing?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that is the thing.
Because I think what's going to happen, the lesson from this going forward is going to be you build a sustainable business. You don't borrow more money than you can pay back. The days of having a startup with a well-funded startup where people are getting $100,000, out of the gate to write, hot takes on video games that nobody cares about, and also, throwing in a bunch of anti-Trump crap. Those days,
or even that, not just anti-Trump, son, also anti-either party. The days of that is going to be buried as well, because people are realizing the money is just there for any of it. I'm going to wake a lot of people up and hold on a minute. Yes, I haven't ate yet. I'm going to. Hold on, I'm busy. But yes, and before I finish up, I'm going to turn on the AC because I'm hot and I'm bothered. But oh shit, I have a plug. But I'm going to be real with y'all. The time I also would add what Clownfish is saying, but I also will say this: a lot of the bullshit on either side that's making hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars for doing absolutely bleep all. That at the end, that's a wrap. The future is our generation, not just millennials, but Gen Z and everybody else. That is the future. That is the next generation. But also millennials, Gen Z, everybody else. You don't matter for shit. You don't matter for shit anymore. When you're having advertisers that are making money out of your sons and daughters, and you don't matter. None of it. Formula One is right now, even as of 2022. We're not even. This is literally the second round today. Today is the second round of the sport. Last year in the United States, 1 million viewers. The same cries of we're not watching this shit anymore. If you're an American, if you're literally been watching Formula One since you're in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever, 90s, yeah, here's the door, get out. Formula One doesn't want you anymore. Formula One doesn't want you, Formula One doesn't need you. You're the weakest link, goodbye. Bernie Ecclestone was the weakest link. Because all he had was y'all. And at the end, he didn't want young people. He didn't want young people clouding his sport. But at the end, the money, he was making less, and Formula One was making less and less and less money, and he's not gaining new and new users. He's not getting new and new viewers, and the people said it this: and look, it's the same way with YouTube. Formula One had made the biggest mistake when they didn't listen to the fans and say, put your content on YouTube. It took Liberty Media to say, yeah, we're doing it. And it did. And it worked. And at the end, Bernie Ecclestone, through the end of his tenure, made Formula One die. On a fucking vine. And I mean die. That was the point. That was the point of him. He wanted to support 40 to 70-year-old men that will not sustain, and it wasn't sustainable for this sport. And at the end, guess what? A new audience, new mind, new mindset. Yep. With Drive to Survive, money. Money. Million viewers and money. That was it. Same way with NASCAR. The same people say, oh, you ran away from the South. We made you. Nope. There are less and less people in the South for the sport because guess what? We'll support you. Nope. You dumped them. You dumped them, and at the end, even if they went to this, even when they went to the go and went west, why? Because the money, and we all knew, and you're gonna know now, the money isn't there for the South. All you gotta do is come to Louisiana. Look at how many of our sons and daughters leave this state, only to come back when their parents pass away, or their parents before they pass away, or they had to take care of their parents. The problem matter is, it is mostly senior citizens. And even if senior citizens earn money, even if the senior citizens actually went to NASCAR and made money, at the end, who cares? Who cares? Because they know the money will not last for them, because at the time, I'm sorry to tell you this, but people age and people die. Their tastes change, and their tastes change every time. That's it. That's the point. Kids the same way. The same people gonna say, my children will go to church forever. Gen Z will save the church. All that. None of it matters. None of it matters. Kids are young and you're thinking, when they get old, they'll be back. There are different times. There are different times that people gonna realize, hey, God's gonna last forever, but the church ain't. It's just a building. It's God that is going to reign forever and ever and ever. Even when Christ returns, he still will reign forever and ever and ever. The church is just a place to learn the word of God. That is it. And the problem matter is, a lot of pastors need to take responsibility for the kids. It's like, it is not going to be just the unborn. The problem matter is, you are responsible also for people who are of your flock, that are of the kids that are in this earth now. And right now, you have so many child molesters at that time that is coming from the church. Go look at Dawson Speaks on YouTube. You'll thank me later. And we'll finish up with this.
We're over. BuzzFeed's telling its reporters to write more with 40% reduction takes on video games that nobody cares about, and also having a startup with a lot of media. This coupled with everything going on with Biden and the ban TikTok and Elon Musk buying Twitter and all this shit. This is pretty much it. You're witnessing the beginning of the end of the social media era, I think. Because I think what's going to happen, the lesson from this going forward is going to be you build a sustainable business. You don't borrow more money than you can pay back. The days of having a startup with a well-funded startup where people are getting $100,000 out of the gate to write hot takes on video games that nobody cares about, and also throwing in a bunch of anti-Trump crap. Those days are over. BuzzFeed's telling its reporters to write more with 40% reduction in staff. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's over. This whole era, the last 10 years, 12 years is being snapped away. Okay, you're witnessing a seismic shift in how the internet is going to function.
And 12 years. And a lot of it was not just Trump, not just even Biden. A lot of it is going 12 years. Let's see this. Let me finish. Let me run this point. 12 years. 12 years ago. 12 years ago from today. This is it. A lot of it. Well, there's 12 years ago. Let's make it run. Let's run it. I don't even care. I'm trying to figure it out. This is 2011. 2011 was the time of Obama. Yes, 2011. This was the time. This was exactly 12 years ago. Was March 16th, 2011. So if you round down, it's 2010. a lot of it was the time when the internet was beginning to smoke. It was peak internet. When I look at Yu-Gi-Oh, it was peak Yu-Gi-Oh at that time. Because at the time, Yu-Gi-Oh was getting hotter and hotter. This was, I think it was after 5Ds, and it was the start of Zexal as well. It was in the hottest of places ever. Even if they hated that character, even if they hated Yuma at the time, because at the end he was just a little kid, but at the end it was a good show, and at the end it brought money to Konami. It made money and nobody cared. This was 2011. Even if you round down, it's 2010, but it's 2011. Those days are done at this point. I'm only gonna do this, and I'm gonna warn people on Snapchat later, but I'm gonna warn y'all now. And even if you are the 18 plus hot and sexy crowd, I'm gonna warn y'all now. This age is gonna end. If you have a good web page, build it now. If you don't, we're just gonna drop. Neon at this time had to build a web page. That's where he started from. He had to build a web page. I learned how to build a web page, even though I didn't finish off a web page. I figured out how to do it at that point and tried it. It was great, but I couldn't finish it all because it took a lot of me. With Squarespace, Wix, WordPress, so on, you could build a web page from scratch. Finish it in about 24 hours, 48 hours, or about a day or two. Easy. 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 We're not in a time where in my time we have to do absolute work on it. You have people, I mean, even if kids at that time, they just only did a little bit of stuff, pop on stuff, put on a fan page, or just put a web page, and they'll send it to you or whatever. That was at the time, and at the time that was that time. That's how you build it. That's how it started. With 2012, with 2010, that was the peak social media era. That's gonna burst now. I'm telling y'all, that's gonna burst. But I also add, the same people who are screaming Web3 is fake, no, Web3 is gonna be next. It's gonna be the next one up. Because guess what? When you're getting censored every day, when you're getting censored or demonetized, guess where they're gonna go? And the problem matter is the same people or same thing are doing to Sneeko and others. Say, hey, bring this guy back to YouTube so we can shit on him. At the end, none of it matters. We still have a voice. We still have to have a voice, y'all. If you want to have a voice, give people a reason to come to YouTube. But the problem matter is YouTube doesn't matter. Because guess who's going to matter? It's going to be the mainstream media. Mainstream media is going to take over YouTube at this point. Because the independent media like Clownfish and everybody else wouldn't matter. They're going to punt them off. They're going to punt everybody else off. And YouTube at the end will give us a choice. Either stay and listen to mainstream corporate dribble, or leave and you lose that. Or you lose YouTube. And we'll take it all. Or they'll take it all. I'm going to give everybody a warning. You gotta multitask, and you're not going to have just a YouTube or just everything else now. You have to have everything. And if you are on YouTube or OnlyFans or anything, I'm talking OnlyFans on the 18 plus variety. even everything else on entertainment, on the adult entertainment industry. Anything else? Guess what? I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you the truth, and I'm gonna keep it above 50. You have to do different content too. It'll be not just that. You have to add it on. I'm adding it on. I'm already adding on different stuff. I'm also adding on SoulMe.social because that's gonna be the next. That's gonna be the very next one, and also hyper, and I'm already have mines. I already have different stuff as well. I still have. I think I still have. No, I don't know if I have WordPress or not, but if I do, I have that too. But at the end, this shit ain't gonna last. As Neon said, it ain't gonna last. It's gonna be done. He said it straight up, and I'm gonna finish it up.
And how digital media is going to function. And I think some people are going to benefit greatly from this. I think if you're an independent creator and you're good at building your own shit, you might benefit greatly from this because a lot of the big players are going to be taken out, and people are still going to be looking for content, but they're not going to be going to the usual outlets because a lot of them aren't going to be around anymore.
And that's the point. And also, for those who are still crypto folks, Lord knows I maybe still be there. But for those that are still there, if you have crypto that have the biggest, the most hottest, not the hottest, the biggest, best use case that's going to last a long time, that's going to last for a while, get on it, doggone it. For those, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to tell you this, if you're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and it doesn't matter if you are doing the premium 18 plus Snapchat or anything else, or even WhatsApp or whatever. Start lighting up. Start lighting up. Start lighting up at the door now. Start lighting up at the door now. Sorry to tell y'all this, for people that say, "Oh, Web3 is just as worse." Guess what? Web 2 is going to be the end. And if you don't line up at the door now, you're going to be buried with Web 2 with no help. Even if it's not, there is a better future for sites like, for those who are YouTubers or anybody else. We may see a renaissance somewhere else that is other than YouTube, because we're not gonna see the YouTube that we love before the adpocalypse ever again. I promise you. It ain't gonna last. I'm gonna tell you this. I promise you, folks. You'll never see that again. That is it. You'll be watching the 10-year-old YouTube videos, and you're gonna be staring at and wishing, yeah, I want that back. You ain't gonna get it back. It's over. So you have a choice. Yeah, I'm talking creators, and I'm talking subscribers, and I'm talking just about everybody. If you write on the comments, or if you write on everything, there is a choice. You're gonna stay there. You're gonna stay on Web 2, knowing that it's going to be very, very corporate as fuck, or you set yourself free. Let me finish the rest of it.
That's my personal opinion. But this is definitely a shift. We're going to have a lot of people in tech. They got jobs, six-figure jobs right out of college. They're going to be very, very salty. But they also don't have the ability to start their own shit. Like somehow they work in tech and they can't build their own websites. Go figure. Anyway. So regulators last weekend made it clear Silicon Valley Bank shareholders and debt holders would not receive any government help. Depositors would. The FDIC said it would backstop all depositors, including those above the FDIC insurance threshold of $250,000. But apparently this is a one-time only thing. Apparently. Because I think we're going to have a lot more banks fail. Everybody's getting paid. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. 4 hours ago, SVB employees blamed remote work for bank failure.
They blame remote work and for Silicon Valley Bank failure.
Financial Times on Thursday, current and former Silicon Valley Bank employees cited the bank's commitment
and they're screaming to remote work. And at the end, the people that are telling you this and everybody else, they don't have nothing. Because none of them realized it was going to burn. Until they realized they're going to burn. Politicians knew it was going to burn. They literally sold the stocks months and months before, and they knew it. That's a wink from me. They knew it. It is public record. All you need to do, if you're on Instagram, dig it up. That's all I'm going to tell you. That's all I'm going to tell you. But I can help you. And I can help you because I can. Because I help a friend. I help a friend in need with drugs indeed. I don't know, I got a... Nope, I don't care. I think... You know what? Let me look. Because I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it right now because I'm trying to figure it out. I don't remember though. You know what? I have it. I did have it. You know what? I don't care about Meta. Get out of my face. With Meta verified shit. Let me get it. I don't have a let me see. Likes. There you go. I think it's somewhere in there. Sorry, girl. We got nude. Sorry for nudes. We don't even care. Problem matter is we looking. And I'm looking because I'm trying to find it. Problem matter is I can't find it. It's hard to do. Let's see. Is that it? Nope, that's not it. I still can't find that shit. That is hard. Nope. Got story replies. Fuck. Problem matter is, it's gonna be. I'm gonna have to dig it up through the following. It's the latest. Problem matter is either least active. Nope. Oh fuck. It's refresh. Is it latest? Oh, yep. It's latest. Shit. Let me dig it up. Sorry, folks. We've done stoppages, but we're doing stoppages for the cause, folks, because we have nothing else to do. Oops, wrong one. Oops, oh, that, way back. Way back, I don't know. I think I have it somewhere. What? Whoa, boy. Woo, no. I think a lot of it. Still looking for it. I don't remember where. But yeah. I think it's called. Oh, there's my place. Politician Trade Tracker, folks. And there's the thing. There's the truth. Or a lot, not of it. Either that. This is it.
Bank stocks right before SVB collapsed. Those that don't know, SVB, the 12th largest bank in the country, collapsed over the weekend where the stock price went from $100 to zero, which then led to the decline in the other bank stocks, which you can see in this ETF, and of course some of the politicians sold before they dropped. First up is Nikki Sherrill with a net worth of $2.5 million. She disclosed selling $100,000 of UBS back on March 3rd, and as you can see in just 1 week, it's fallen 13%. Next up is Scott Franklin with a net worth of $45 million. He disclosed selling 50 grand of PNC back on February 15th, and as you can see since then, that stock has fallen 18%. The last one is Michael McCall with a net worth of $300 million. He disclosed selling $600,000 of AIG back on January 6th, and you can see the stock has fallen 23% since then. And if you do the math on that, that's $195,000 in savings. And the reason why I track all this is simple, to get them banned from trading stocks.
And not just get them banned on trading stocks, I will say this. They should all be arrested. and be charged of the same crime as Martha Stewart, insider trading. And not just, and I'm going to say this, if you're going to do it as a felony, guess what? Those politicians should be felons. They should lose their, if you're going to say, we, the people, should lose, or we the men, or we the women should lose their rights to vote, you as a politician should lose your right to vote if you've done this. That's a fact. I'm going to say this again. You should lose your right to vote and should be a felon in prison. I'm not talking federal, I'm not talking the Club Med federal prison. I'm talking real time federal prison. I'm talking the real. They literally had to track these trades. And guess what? They all did it. Every one of them did it. Every one of them did it. Every one of them did it. Sold them. Sold the bank stocks perfectly. Cleared it out. Made money. Oh yeah, Gavin Newsom, to backstop it. He forgot to disclose his clients in the bank. Yeah, he made money. He did money too. Representative Kevin Hearn disclosed selling $5 million. That stock selling is fallen 18%. Made millions. Made millions. Everybody knew it.
Here's another headline on a politician that should not surprise anybody. It was reported yesterday that California Governor Gavin Newsom lobbied the White House and Treasury to backstop SVB so that it wouldn't collapse. What he forgot to mention to the White House, though, was that 3 of his personal businesses are actual clients of SVB. They are 3 winery companies located in the Silicon Valley area, so saving the wine probably isn't that bad, but where it gets worse is this. Gavin Newsom's wife is the co-founder of a charity called California Partner Projects. But guess who donated $100,000 to that and also sits on the board? A man named John China, who happens to be president of SVB Capital. And I'll be honest, this seems a little bit like a stretch, so I actually went to their website and was able to verify that he is featured on the charity page as a partner. And when you search him on LinkedIn, it turns out that he actually is a part of SVB Capital. So a VP at one of the largest banks in California is on the board of the governor's wife's charity. I don't know how that's allowed, but I feel like it should.
And I think a lot of them that sold it perfectly. And it's also, Gavin Newsom has also a conflict of interest. And it was sent perfectly. Absolutely perfectly. And a lot of them on either side did it. And they knew it. And they knew they did it. Even got mega healthcare ones, the good old vaccine stocks for the Republicans. Scott Franklin disclosed selling $1 million worth of stocks. He happens to sit on the Committee of Drug Administration. Money. All of it. All of them are corrupt, and it's gonna go not just all the way to the top, but not just all the way through politicians and everybody else, but it's also gonna be all the way through presidents current, which is Biden, and one day will likely be future and also past presidents too. People had enough of this shit, and we knew it. We had enough. That's the point. The same people on Clownfish earlier yesterday said, "Oh no, young people don't leave Biden because they're gonna ban TikTok." Guess what? Both parties might as well dig your graves now. They're gonna be tired of you on either side of the aisle. What you're gonna see within the next year, and even in the nearest of futures, you're gonna have libertarian commentators gonna show young people and old the actual truth, and they're gonna tell you, and you're not gonna like it, but you have to take it. You have to take it like it's a butyrol syrup, like I used to take when I was dealing with asthma. You're gonna take it. You're gonna have to take it to get better, to feel better, to have a life. I think it's not gonna be just the banks. It's gonna go all the way up to the top, and even a lot of it not just all the way to the top. A lot of it will be burned long before it's over. A lot of it will keep burning long before it's over, because it's going to expose just about everybody of what's going on. All of that money that was printed and everything else. Even everybody say, "Oh, Trump was printing money. It was good economy." No, he was printing money the same way, and everybody else was printing the money the same way. It was our country is under debt. That is all we have. We don't have money. We don't have a real economy. It is just as fake. As I said again, it is just as fake as fake titties. You can tell me, you can say straight up to me that it says I'm complaining just to complaining. It is public record. Dig it up yourself. I ain't got all night. I gotta eat. But that's the point. That's the point. This crash will likely be, or I hope to be, the biggest awakening that the American people will see. And also, the biggest awakening the state of Louisiana will see, because it's going to affect this state too. I think young people, what they saw in Louisiana for the past 10 to 20 to almost 30 to 40 years, maybe 50. I'm talking, not talking 40, 50 years. I'm not 20 to 30, 40 years. I'm talking from the 1980s through 1990s and to today. They're gonna realize they had enough. They had enough. It's like the Bible would say, it's gonna be the young versus the old. And at the end, none of us will win. But the real winner will be the biggest of meaches. Because they'll be fighting it, because we the young versus the old will fight in the streets. And at the end, the biggest winner will be still the biggest of meaches. Until you wake up and realize it, both political parties have done nothing for you but pull up the lazy boy couch and hit the Jordan 3 all day. Made money off of you. Literally voted for them and did nothing for you. When your kids to this day are still leaving your state, not just in Louisiana, not just in Texas, almost statewide. You have, I'm gonna tell you this, I said it's top 5: California, New York, New Jersey, I think either Illinois or Pennsylvania, and Louisiana. All in common, people all leaving states. It is not just a blue state problem. It is not just a red state problem. It is a problem. It is a major problem. When you're having you can say, "Oh, more people are going to come to Louisiana." No, they're not. More people are coming to Texas. More people in Louisiana are leaving to Texas than Texas to go to Louisiana. Here's a question: What are you going to do? What are you going to do in 2023? What are you going to do? Doesn't matter if it's Democrat or Republican. They're still going to leave. So I only have a choice. I only ask you, what's your choice? What's your choice? Force the biggest wake-up call the state of Louisiana has ever seen in 100 years? Or pay the price? For yourself, your family, and the state. Plus also the South and everywhere else. Not just 2023. Next year is potentially the presidential election. Oh, the president election. You have a choice at this point. Because guess what? It'll be the same shit. It'll be the same shit. Whoever you elected, everybody say, "Oh, it's a waste of vote." Guess what? Waste your vote for hundreds of years, because guess what? They haven't competed, and they got, well, not hundreds of years. They have wasted your vote. Ever since Ross Perot only got 20%, and now both parties literally own the entire election debate process. That is it. And not just during primary season. Bleep that shit. I'm talking general election primary. And like they did with Greg Johnson, they'll tack on the different percent so he wouldn't have a say. It's the same way with the Libertarian Party. The biggest problem, yeah, you're gonna have the Forward Party with Andrew Yang. Guess what? Sorry, son, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work to do it. The Libertarian and Forward Party, I'm gonna tell you right now, even the Green Party, if you have to start where you are and push. And I mean push like you ever pushed before. Push like Michael Schumacher, push like Ayrton Senna, push like Alain Prost, push like Dale Earnhardt, push like Al Unser Jr. Push to the point where people wake up and see what they are. And they'll accept the change for what they believe. And when they see the change of what they believe, they'll see that they'll believe it. And they'll be happy for it. I think religious leaders from I'm not saying for this, I'm saying from Christian all the way down to Wicca, guess what? It will not affect you either. We're gonna have time where you're gonna have for the Christians, you're gonna have to defend your faith, but it's not just gonna be for you. It's not just gonna be for yourself. It's gonna be everybody else is gonna have to defend theirs too. Because at the end, this is your life. You're not just gonna have to defend your religious beliefs, whether from paganism all the way to Christianity. That's a crazy point. That's a raw point. But even in your life, you have to defend it. You have to realize, not with guns, but also with the power of your life, the power of how you live, the belief of how you live. The free market will say, yeah, the money as well. You have to defend it with your money, even if the economy is fake. I'm gonna tell you this: it is fake, and guess what? You will defend it. You have not just defend it. You will have to say, if you really are for the free market, guess what? Every day is going to be election, not just an election day in Louisiana, not just an election day a year from now. It is going to be a daily thing. Every item you buy is a vote. I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. You know what? I'm snapping the finger. Strip that shit out right now. Whether you're a man, woman, or child, you have a vote. And even if you're 18, even if you're 6 or even you're 6, 12 or 14, guess what? You have a vote. You don't have to wait till you're 18 to vote. Yeah, you don't have to wait. You're here now. You're here now. So, apologies for this one. Don't even care. We got the runs. But this stream is going to be brought to you in part by Feature Points, Coin, Flues, S'more, also Sweat Coin, potentially Sweat token as well, coming up in the United States. I hope in September. I don't know if it's gonna stay or gonna go, but guess what? We'll see. We'll see. I didn't do the full video of Clownfish. I apologize. I'm pissed off. I just want to speak. I just want to speak my mind. You haven't seen a picture of me because I'm testing something out. But yeah, 1 hour and 33 minutes, 2 views. We love you. My job is done. I gotta eat lunch.